Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I know I've been off this channel for almost a month now, but I'm back and I want to give you an update on what I've been doing, plus talk to you a little bit about charitable giving. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that from this video titled Catch Up, that I was going to be going from a journalist that works in an office 5 days a week to going freelance, and I thought I was going to be getting plenty more time off, but that didn't really happen. So I thought I was going to have way more time to talk to you guys about Rwanda and brainstorm some video ideas and give you a life update. But to be honest, I've had no time at all. It's good because I've been working 5 and sometimes 6 days a week, but at the same time it means that I can't really sit down and talk to you guys and make a video because I just don't really have an hour where I can sit and video. My schedule's changed a lot, which means I work now on weekends. Again, it's fantastic to be working all this time, but I used to edit my videos on a Sunday before church, and now if I'm at work it means I just can't do that, and therefore I don't really know when else I'm going to do it. But now that I've been doing it solidly for a good 4 weeks or so, I feel like I can really get that balance back and start getting back on YouTube. Even if I don't upload on a Sunday, I'm still hoping that I'll be able to upload at least once a week. Because of my busy schedule, running has kind of gone out the window again, I have to admit. Having said that, I did complete my 10k. I did it at Hyde Park and I got this really cool medal, which is great, adding to my growing medal collection. But most importantly, today marks 10 weeks until I fly away to Rwanda. I know, it's crazy. I'm only just coming to terms with it too. That means it's 11 weeks until I'm supposed to be running / walking / crawling / dragging myself around a marathon course. So it's getting close to that time where I'm going to start asking people for sponsorship money and for just their general support in me doing this, because it is seriously hard. So this video mainly is just to talk about where that money is going, what you can do if you feel like you want to sponsor a child, and also some wisdom I can impart on you guys that I heard at church last week in a wonderful sermon about charitable giving. All the money raised this year for Rwanda is going towards building shelters for mothers and children who would otherwise have nowhere else to go. You'll know that I strongly believe that this is important anywhere, whether it be Rwanda or London, building shelters to keep people safe. But also, Rwanda is getting over a genocide that happened only 25 years ago. It was absolutely horrific and saw thousands and thousands of people displaced from their homes. And a lot of mothers and children are still vulnerable because of that. Plus, any place is difficult for a single mother to raise a child, so why would we not support them? Last year I had only 5 weeks to fundraise and I made almost £700, so I'm hoping that with 10 weeks to go I can at least double it, because I'd really like to hit that £1,500 mark. For those that want to take their giving one step further, you don't have to just donate money, you can actually sponsor a child. This is something that I do myself, and I've spoken about it a lot in previous videos, and that's part of the reason why I'm going out to Rwanda, is so I can meet my sponsor child. Essentially, it means giving £25 a month, which really isn't very much, to contributing to someone's schooling, health, sanitation, and just general life. So those who are interested in doing that can definitely come and talk to me, or just visit my page, which I'll put a little screenshot of here and is in the description down below. I'll also be posting further material about my trip on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, so those are all down below as well if you want to check those out. That includes photos from last year's Kenya trip, to more about where the sponsorship money is going, and just general updates on where I'm at with training and when I'm leaving and when I'm coming back. I know loads of you will respond and readily give sponsorship, but to those of us who might be a little bit more reserved about it, I think we should consider why. I'm going to share some of the things I learned from an amazing sermon that I had in my church 2 weeks ago, which was titled God's Mercy, Poverty and Injustice. This amazing sermon looked at why we should reconsider when we don't want to help others, and how we can be more ready to help others when they're in need. Many of you will know that I go to church, I'm a practicing Christian, so I'm going to throw some Bible references in there, but if you're not, I still think these things could be really relevant to you. We see mercy every single day, not just from God, but from one another. Showing mercy and giving are just two of the many things that we're told we should be. In Exodus 34:6, it says, "Merciful and gracious, slow to anger, steadfast love, faithfulness, These are all attributes that we should be taking on in our own lives, because caring for the poor is something that we've done since the beginning of time. In Leviticus 25, in the year of the Jubilee, it says that everyone's debts were forgiven no matter how much they owed. And in Psalm 107, it says the hungry, homeless and imprisoned were all loved by God and forgiven. But yet in this day and age we are so quick to think negatively about giving. How many times have you walked past a homeless person on the street and your first thought is you don't want to give them money because you want to know why they're there? What was the cause of their poverty? If it was gambling, then it's not my fault. We look at those kind of people and we're less likely to give because we wonder if it was their fault, but it's not about whose fault it is. We can often decide that we're more worthy than someone else just because of their financial situation or where they come from or their religion. And we should be willing to give, not just in our hearts, that we see that others need it just as much as we do, but with our wallets. Money can't come with you after you die, so why not give it to those who are in need? The 18th century preacher John Wesley was a fantastic example of this. He always lived off what he needed and he'd give the rest away, no matter how much he made each year. He calculated that he'd need £5 for the year in order to live in a home and have food and shelter and warmth. And anything on top of that he would give away. In the first year, he made £7, so he kept 5 for himself and gave away 2. But in the following year, when he made £25, he still kept 5 for himself and gave away 20. So in the 10th year, when he made £1,500, he still kept 5 for himself. A lot of us would be easily swayed and change our lifestyle to fit the wealth that we've got, but yet John Wesley kept giving what he didn't need and only kept what he needed for himself. This is something I'm trying to come to terms with in my own life. It's radical, but it's also refreshing. Because it always ends with the same question: whose money really is it? It's something that I really wanted to talk about as I kick off this sponsorship season, but it's also about giving in general, so it's not just about my cause. Any cause you see this week, I challenge you to try and give something.